was going to do a video, and I'm still going to do it. I was going to do a video on Forex trading, and someone suggested treasury bills on my last video, and I did the video on bonds. So my plan this evening was actually to do a video on Forex trading and one on treasury bills. But just before I go there, I'm going to do a very short 4-5 minutes video just to tell you something about investing. This is off the cuff, right? Investing is not an easy process. It's an interesting one, yeah? I always tell people, you need to invest, it's very simple and stuff like that. But you know what? Today I'm saying it's not easy. It requires discipline, okay? I don't think there's anything easy anyway when it comes to making money. If you want to make money and you're looking for something easy, it's not going to happen, right? But there's something I believe I haven't spoken about until I've experienced it today. And I've realized, wow, not just today, like in the last 2, 3, 4 days. And I've realized, wow, investing isn't as straightforward as people might think. It's not something that someone would want to get engaged in if they don't enjoy it. And I now understand sometimes why people fall off the wagon when they start investing and they're like, oh, it's so difficult. I just hate it. I don't like the process of doing all those things, trying to deal with the accounts. But the fact is, if you're going to invest, you need discipline. There's no way you can do this without proper discipline. And that's my message today. Now, why am I even giving this message today? Right? Remember, Ken's Money Matters. We talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to enjoy that money, how to manage that money, how to invest that money, and how to assure yourself of a lifetime of income. Basically, financial freedom. You can even hear my voice is today like not there, like really not there. It's because this day I have just been dealing with investing, and not in terms of getting the money. You can get the money, you have the cash, you have everything, but management of investments is something people don't discuss much, but it's a very, I would say, difficult, not really difficult, but I would say challenging thing, right? It's not something you just go out there and do it, like especially if you're going to be doing it long term. You're thinking about portfolio balancing, you're thinking about diversification, you're thinking about different accounts that you're managing. Now, let me give you the most basic example, right? The last few days I have been, the stock market has been, like on the top and people are being fearful and stuff like that. I don't fear when the stock market is going high because I know it's going to come back down. Whichever way it goes, I'm going to make money because I'm long-term investing, right? I'm a long-term investor. So the last few days have been dealing with rebalancing portfolio, right? Making sure you have enough in stocks, making sure you have enough in bonds, making sure you have enough in something like, if you have real estate and other stuff, other investment options that you might have. People have crypto, people have metals, people have, precious metals, people have oil, people have whatever, people have different stuff they're investing in. But you want to make sure that your portfolio is well balanced. And I can tell you that that's what I have been doing now. Not even just balancing the portfolio really, but just talking to different accounts that you manage, because different investments are managed through different accounts, especially those who are in diaspora. You have some accounts probably in the US, you have some accounts in the UK, you have some accounts in Kenya, you have some accounts in a different country. So you want to manage them well, and there's no way you can harmonize them properly in one system. So you're managing these different systems, even if you have just different bank accounts, even if you just have 2 bank accounts. Sometimes you're trying to manage how to balance these things. It's not easy. So sometimes you're saying, oh, I need to organize this payment to go into this bond that is, being closed today. Like my bond that I invested in last week, the infrastructure bond. Watch the video on bonds, by the way. I did a really good video on infrastructure bond that gave 15.8%, which is really, really crazy. So I invested in that. So I needed to organize with my bank, which is not even where I am locally, to, make the transfer, make things work, and you're calling different people and you're talking to them on WhatsApp and you're making sure that everything can be done while you're away. Remember, you do the bidding, you do the application, you get the results, you do the payment, all these things you're doing them while you're away, right? It's not a simple process. So sometimes I just thought today that, oh wow, I'm quite tired. And if I'm thinking, have I done anything to like make real money? No, I've done the work of just investing. I've just been, talking to banks, talking to money market fund accounts, transferring money from here to there, rebalancing my portfolio, calculating how much risk I'm taking, looking at how much, risk I'm going to take in the next few months or so, how much I'm willing to, play around with, lose, not lose, such stuff, And this brings me to the message of discipline. If you don't have the discipline and don't remind yourself of what you want that investment for, if you don't remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing, you're going to fall off the wagon. And that's why many people fall off the wagon. And by the way, if you cannot do it, find someone to do it for you. It's too much work. Find someone to spell it out for you. Because you have to do a lot of thinking. If you watch my video on bonds, I did say that I actually made a mistake on one of my investments by bidding too low, which is the bond last week. I had to pay a premium of hundreds of thousands, over 250,000. That's money that's just going to the government, right? As a fine because you bid too low. So for you to get the percentage that they're giving out, you want to do that. You got to pay that money. Anyways, watch my video on bonds. You will know more about premiums and stuff. The main thing here is discipline. Remind yourself of why you're doing it. Have very clear goals that you want to achieve, or else you won't be working towards anything and you'll get so tired of it. And make sure you stay on top of your accounts. The accounts that you're using currently, the accounts that you're managing, the accounts that have your investments, make sure you stay on top of them. It's important, it's necessary. Make sure that you know exactly what's happening in what account, what are the fees you're being charged, how good is that broker that you are with. And it's not just about having them for a long time. If they're not serving you, you have to change. The bank accounts that you have, are they serving you? Are they the best? Or you just have it because you've had it for the last I don't know how many years? Changing a bank account can be a simple process, but then you end up saving so much money. Can you change the bank account? If you're using a bank account as a broker, probably to buy bonds, buy bills, buy whatever, can you change that? So stay on top of your investments, stay on top of the accounts that have your investments. If you have crypto, stay on top of like what's happening in your account. So if you have stocks, for example, stay on top of what's happening with your broker. So make sure that you are taking some days within a month just to check your investments and make sure everything is exactly how it should be. Sometimes I take so long without looking at some of my investment accounts that when I come back, I don't even know the password, to be honest. And that shouldn't happen. Usually you have a very specific day whereby you should be checking your investments every month, because like if you have a stock investment that you're not planning to sell anytime soon, you can just forget about it. But always check your portfolio. You never know what's happening in there. Just check it. I have that bad habit of sometimes just forgetting about some, but when I get back to it, I always have like a specific day, which is usually the 29th day of the month sometimes, where I just make sure that everything is balanced. Everything is exactly how it should be, right? So I don't do it like an exact day really, but I have that specific, timeline set. So I can do it before, depending on my time, depending on if I'm traveling or not and stuff like that. But be disciplined, stay on top of those accounts, and make sure you know what you're being charged. Management fees is into your investments. That's what I'm trying to pass across today. And I hope it helps someone to just stay consistent, knowing that, I know it's not easy, but remind yourself of what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's what's important. Till next time, and I'm now going to do the real video, which is on treasury bills. Then I'll do one on Forex trading. See you. Ken's Money Matters.